It's got me going again. Oh my God, it's got me going again. Idiots. Anyway, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. Home of the Europa Conference League winners, West Ham United 2022-23 season. As we said, Europa League that way. As our little friend would say, the West Ham ambassador on TikTok. Shush. The draw for the group stages is the 1st of September. Get it in your diary. And the final is in Dublin. In May, June time next year. So, yeah, bit of an easier trek over from Prague. Yeah, win that one as well. And also, someone mentioned it to me the other day. I think it was Dodsey actually, and actually winning. Obviously, we go into the Europa League next year. That's guaranteed. Obviously, group stages we go in at the 1st of September. Some fucking good teams in that Europa League already. And obviously, as long as you don't finish bottom of that group, if even if we don't do as well as we've done previously and leave the group, if we finish third, we go back into the conference, don't we, for the knockout stages and the all that type of stuff. But what a night. I'm not gonna do I can't really do like ratings because the game was crap. The game was crap. It was a crap game. And it was as shit as probably the AZ Alkmaar game, I think, their gaff. But don't matter, innit? Don't matter. And those are the types of things you're not going to think of now in, God forbid, 20, 30, 40 years' time, when you're still thinking about that game. You're going to remember the Ben Rama penalty. You're going to remember their good goal, and Bonaventura scored a good goal, and you're just going to remember that pass and that goal from Bowen. We never do it simply. We never do it easy, do we? I look back at the AZ Alkmaar game with Fornals, last minute winner to get us into the final, and then just that Bowen goal. It's the thing that's going to be, and that's what I was saying before, like on the live stream. Unlike 65, unlike 1980, we didn't have this. We didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Facebook. So those images, those pictures, those video clips, those fan camera videos, all that type of stuff is now history. It's history. It's something which we can always refer back to. We can always look back at. That was the trouble. Even when you look at the Mets 1999 Intertoto Cup victory, there wasn't much coverage. It was at Mets' ground and yada yada, and they were pissed off that we'd won. And so there's not like anything there. There's no, and camera phones are sort of relatively in their sort of infancy as well. Most people didn't have a camera phone, or definitely wouldn't be able to record video. We've got all that information, all that stuff now. We've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got pictures of Chesney Hawkes, you've got Tony Perry, like he's all his stuff, and obviously all the watch-alongs and things like that. That's now part of history. Now we're part of history, and hopefully it's not another fucking 43 years until we win something else. But that's what that video said. That video for me is just, well, that's why I did put that little video together, because I was listening to Dom, and he was on and I love listening to Dom on West Ham Fan TV. And he was saying all the shit we've been through, and I went back and thought about, it's a hard life being a West Ham fan, isn't it? It is. It's a hard life being a West Ham fan. In retrospect, when you see others win trophies, when you see others get Champions League football, and it's always a little bit out of reach, isn't it? It's always like a little toddler wants that biscuit, but just can't reach it. And for the first time in my lifetime, we've got it. We've reached it. And all that crap, and fair play to the, obviously I don't have the flexibility to go to all the away games or anything like that. But the guys who are plodding the miles, a wet Wednesday in Everton and shit like that, and for them to be there as well, and the fan park was just incredible. Loads of really nice stuff from that. Jane, who's my floor manager, she was organising the fan zone, so I was passing all those messages on to her. Lots of nice messages on Twitter. It was just, I don't know about you, but I'm still, my head's like it feels like New Year's Day. You know, like New Year's Eve, you go out, you have a late night, and then New Year's Day, your head's sort of a little bit more. You don't really know what to do. You're sort of lost, and that's how I feel at the moment. I'm like, obviously, there's the parade, which seems like mentally doing it straight away, because half the people are still in fucking Prague. But yeah, we have the parade. I think from 7 o'clock it starts off at the Champion State statue at Upton Park and goes all the way down to the Old Town Hall at Stratford, like it always did, like it did in 1980 and 65 as well. So that's nice to see a little bit of heritage there. Let's go through some comments. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to bother doing the ratings because it ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. Most people have most fucking 5 because Bowen was non-existent until that last minute. Paqueta had no cat. It was probably Declan Rice's one of his worst games for us. Arguably his last game and worst game for us. If you talk to David Sullivan about it, I thought Ario's distribution was appalling. I thought Antonio was like just not the races. I thought Ben Rama was a bit hit and miss. Emerson was very good. Aguirre was okay. Suvan was okay. Souček was okay. But that was it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no point. We won the game. We're champions. Woke up with singing Bones on Fire. And obviously you're seeing all the stuff now afterwards. The players went back to the hotel. Tony was on the decks. And they had a little celebration there. You've seen the dad dancing of David Moyes, singing to 500 Miles. I mean, these type of things are going to live with us forever. And we'll come to the Sullivan comments today as well because I've got an opinion and it'd be interesting to see. Most people disagree with what I think. We are officially an undisputed massive. We've got a link. We work one of our kit bags, one of our channel sponsors. And if you want to buy any stuff for holiday now, because now we're West Ham, we're massive, and you want to go on with a decent new T-shirt, whatever, there, or go and check on the West Ham Network Etsy store, and we've got all the Irons T-shirts and all stuff like that in there. Champions waiting for my whole life to. Yep, me too, man. Me too. Good afternoon, Greg. Can't stop smiling with all these massive hangovers. It has to be a massive. This is brilliant. What a game. It was the first trophy we've won in my lifetime. So for the boys, indeed. Phil's here. He was at the fan park at the London Orbit. Can't believe we won. Have some hats on. Proud. Yeah, very proud. Irons. Sorry, someone just texted me. You know when you've made it, when you get a text, when you wake up to a text from Peter Butler to say, "Well done, Russ." I did so much. Thank you so much. Tears in my eyes, pictures. We'll play at the end as well. It's a lovely end to the show. Champions of Europe. Yeah, I'm not sold on that Champions of Europe thing yet because it's not the Champions League, but it's a trophy. You know what I mean? So I always say Europa Conference League winners because that's it. And we did win Europe. We are champions of Europe. 30. This squad legends. We did it. Irons. We are the champions. Was there? I believe so. Happy Amoret's in the chat. Fucking hell, Jesus. We are honoured with your presence, Malige. Bit of a down and down Rice's game. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we're playing the Europa League. Yeah, exactly. Less of the what's it called? The anticipation. We might end up having to play it if we finish third in the group and then go back into the conference. Afternoon. Nice everyone to see everyone. This one's a peach indeed. David Gold and Jacqueline as well, and Phil Parks' daughter Marie, she passed away a couple of weeks ago as well. So yeah, loads of people still buzzing. My thoughts always straight. My eyes are so red because I was crying so much. Are we seeded as we won the conference? We go into the group stages. I don't know about the seedings actually. I imagine we would be. Let's have a quick check. Google. Was Roma seeded in the Europa League draw? Because obviously they won it last year. I don't know. Let's have UT6. Have a quick look. This is seeded. As I'm looking at the 22-23s. I would imagine they would be. I imagine they would be. They go directly into the group. Roma were. It looks like Roma were in pot A, pot 1. But it's a coefficient score. It's based on coefficient scores, I think. So yeah, we could well. I mean, our coefficient score is very good, but there's some hell of obviously Liverpool qualified for the Europa League, Brighton, Real Betis. There's some good teams already in there. And yeah, fair. I mean, the fact is, this is by us winning it. You're going to see that British teams are going to take this seriously now. Villa are in the conference next year. They'll take it seriously because they will. They will. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. So currently we have in qualified so far us, Liverpool, Brighton, Villarreal, Real Betis, Atalanta, Roma, FC Freiburg, Leverkusen, Toulouse, Rennes, Sporting, and then you've got the playoff games. The playoff, because that's what we have so far, and then it's all the playoffs and there's coming in and the dropping out from the Champions League qualifiers and that type of stuff. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. It took me, I had to find, and I still don't think it's the right music, but yeah, just sold my car to Lucas Picatar, indeed. What a night, indeed. It would have been nice to get Lanzini as a sub. Yeah, but needs must, mate. Love to see Moisey lift the trophy. Couldn't wait to advertise Rice. I'm going to talk, we'll come to that. I'm going to star that and we'll come back to that in a minute. Bleak, we're waiting to sub on in stoppage time. Still can't believe it. Rice is staying. Irons, Toby's in the chat. Sad to see he's leaving. Unfortunately, no more Rice. Still, very confident. Indeed. Sullivan could tell that he's staying so he could kiss the money goodbye. Who said he's going anyway? He's still got 2 years and the Gooners not paying 120 million. Gentleman agreement confirmed by Sullivan. I reckon Rice will give us one more year. Our hopes are fading and dying. DJ will be us forever crying like a bubba. Mr. Blubberman, I've been referred to on Twitter, so I'll take that. Nova has won this cup. We are the first indeed. On quite into talks with here afternoon. Drain hole. We love you, West Ham. Gentleman agreements in place. There was. What a great night. I can't get the song out. I've just sold my car. Gonna make my way late. Obviously, we've got Champions Parade at 7 o'clock, I think. Not happy about Sullivan's comments. It feels like the day after with Sullivan saying Rice is going. Good call, rough game. Wonder if the rain played a factor. No, just nerves. I think it's nerves. I could barely move, let alone get on the train to London. Emerson was outstanding. Emerson obviously be going in history, the first player to win the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Europa Conference League, which is amazing. This game, the game to watch was dire, but the result was massive. Does Sullivan hate West Ham fans? We were terrible with our defence, indeed. He's won all 5. He has. It's all talk until someone pays the money. Right, okay, let's address Sullivan, the Sullivan comments. So for anyone who's been under a rock the last sort of couple of hours, so Sullivan came out and said basically, well, he wasn't. He was interviewed by Jim White. So Jim White did an interview with David Sullivan. So it's not like David Sullivan picks the phone up and goes, Declan Rice is leaving. That's not what happened. I think, Joe, is people take things out of context. This is no way a support of David Sullivan at all, or the ball, but it's a pragmatic view. Taking my claret glasses off, that type of thing. Obviously, Deck was asked on the pitch by Jules, BT Sport, are you going? He's like, I love the club. He didn't say yes, didn't say no, but he said, I've got 2 years left of my deal and I love West Ham. Okay. Now, the thing is, Sullivan was directly asked by Jim White, is that Declan Rice's last game for West Ham? And Sullivan gave him an answer. Sullivan's answer was probably was. We've got, and then he just basically said, we've got a gentleman's agreement in place. We've promised him if he wants to go, he can go. And that's no news to anyone. That's no news to anyone. He says we offered him a 200 grand a week contract, which he turned down. That was true. And we don't want him to go. That's true. But if the money comes in, we've said he can go. That is literally all he said. But everyone, because they all hate Sullivan, have gone, he's there. I generally think all he was doing was answering the direct question. The worst thing he could have said was actually he's going nowhere, because that's bullshit. Because we all know, actually, there's a gentleman's agreement in place. So, actually, it's pragmatic. And I was saying in our group chat, one of our group chats today, I think me and Duke having a little bit of back and forth about it. For me, it needs to be... And people say, why is he doing it now? And why... It needs to... If he's going, he needs to be gone. It's horrible to say, but football. The trouble was with last season, we bought so many players too late on in the season, in the summer, that they had no pre-season, no time to embed. This role is critical to West Ham. If he's staying great. We can rebuild, and then we can maybe plan for next year if he's going to go next summer, for example. If he's staying, great. If he's leaving, then we need to make sure, because the worst thing that can happen is David Declan Rice leaves the last week in August. We've got 100 million quid in the bank. We buy someone in. It takes them 3 months to embed themselves into the team, and then we're in the same situation as we are last year. So it's thinking it pragmatically. Same with Moisey. If Moisey's going, he needs to be gone by the end of the week. That type of thing, because otherwise, new manager needs to come in. There's so many player decisions that need to be made. We've said before, people like Skamaka, the chances are if Moyes stays, Skamaka's gone. There's this discussion about Antonio and new contracts and stuff. So it's horrible, but football moves at such a fast pace that it needs to be sorted ASAP. It's just being pragmatic. It's not being, we'll still have the parade. We'll still have all our, videos. We go back and look at it, but it has to be. We've got to be pragmatic with this as well. Very good. He wasn't there, but he does get it. Hello, Simon. Everyone said last year he was going. I still think he stays. He wants to follow Noble. He wants a statue made out of him. I'm 50-50. I think if a club does have the money to spend 120 million quid on him, Jude Bellingham's going to Real Madrid for 103 million. I think Declan Rice is a little bit more of the complete player at the moment. He's a little bit more in form, in his peak, where I think Jude can go to another level. I think he can get up a level. I think if a club's going to spend 100 million pounds on him, as I said, if he goes next summer, he's in the last year of his contract, and so he would maybe offer half of that for a club next year. If he wants to stay, then sign a 1-year extension and give us and keep that money tied in for the club. It is what it is. Congratulations, Emerson. Simon's in the chat. Simon from West is one of the guys at the Heineken bar with the Let's Have a Disco guys was DJing, I believe, in a fan zone in Portugal. So fair play. Not with us, Stuart. Wait and see. Russ, it's Mick. I need a bloody shirt. Come on, you irons. Indeed. Do you need another one? You need another one? Maybe we'll get next. The final is in Dublin next year. Finally, he's in Dublin next year. So deserved and proud of the team after the season we got. It's like Russ's wife cooking him a wonderful meal, and the next day saying, "I'm leaving you for Anton." She'd never cook me a real. What other teams have qualified? Done that. Direct into group, indeed. As much as Moyes' style of football was shit, we have now third year and first time ever in our history, 3 years of football, European football in a row, I believe. I'm calling it now, Russ, and we'll face Liverpool. There we go. Conference this year, Europe next year, Champions League after that. We finally take over the world, indeed. Deck has more trophies. Divine and Barmer and Freddie Potts has more trophies than Harry Kane. Ralph's on cloud 9 indeed. Bowen is new captain. No, I don't think so. I knew it was out of Dex's mouth as committed to Me's, but wants the money. I think he's been proud. I think he's been honestly for it. I'm again not supporting him, but from a business and club standpoint, in terms of the next step, it needs to be sorted. It needs to be sorted ASAP, in my opinion. Moyes out. He's not won a cup in hours. Greetings from Portugal. Indeed. Can't describe how difficult it was to find a TV show in the game, but manage it. Some dodgy bar for the local fans. Out the Parasite. Russ, no tears, please. I've just stopped. Honestly, I've been on the verge all day. Could we start something special? A couple of semis? Maybe. Jim White is brilliant, but Sully would have had another on this. Had one. Phil, indeed. Russell Brand roasting Simon Jordan took spores in tears when Benny scored. Absolutely sobbing when Jared scored, sealed the win. Russ, good perspective, right? And it is, and it's not. It wouldn't be a. It's not a populist view, I know, but I just think sometimes we have to just look at. And I'll do a little bit of a video afterwards, just sort of. It's difficult because people go, "Oh, you're gonna say that because no, I'm just trying to be pragmatic." It's the trouble is, as football fans, we live on hysteria. We live on highs and lows, and we're at a massive high, and people go, "Oh, it's a low." It's not. We regardless of the result was happening yesterday, the situation was still the same. It's on his head. It's on his head and the club's head in terms of the club coming in. Timing was awful. Couldn't even give us 24 hours. Jack, he was asked a question. He was asked a question the same way that Declan Rice was asked a question. Now, it's different from the player than it is from the owner. And so the timing, but then that's why Jim White did it. And that's what people don't understand about Jim White. I know Jim White personally. He's a lovely bloke, but he is a journalist and he is someone who TalkSport pay a lot of money to get people listening to him. So that's what he does. There's been so much traffic in the last 2 to 3 hours about David Sullivan's comments on TalkSport all over so TalkSport's mentions in social media have skyrocketed. That's why they pay Jim the money to do that. And sometimes, he was asked the question. Yeah, Jim White could have not asked that question, but he did. And Sullivan gave a pragmatic answer to it. Anyway, the voice of reason. Thank you very much. But the run could. He was asked the question. Rice's interview yesterday was his answers. From his answers, he's definitely off. I think he's definitely off by his answers. We literally start playing again in Australia. That's what I mean. We haven't got time. We have not got time to piss about. We really haven't. I'm off. People got to make way to London. Good luck to you. Pretty much said he was letting others decide his future. It's out of his hands. Well, it is, because end of the day, Matt, he's, if a bid for 120 million comes in, we're accepting it. He's gone. That's it. That is literally it. We're always on that he's going to. If he stays, it feels weird. I agree. Congratulations, says Visual. Thank you very much. Bring Hammer back. Totally red. I said it to Cess on Twitter. He ran that midfield yesterday. Fantastic. Is the play starting? Yeah, it's starting at the Champions statue at Green Street, and then going down down basically to the old town hall at Stratford. I think Anton will be there anyway. Good fun, my friend. Enjoy the sun. If the media didn't decide to mention going, he would be. This is our day after. Fair play. Being a fan from the States, I Paul, from 15 years. So happy for you guys. You grew up 15 years. God, you've won something finally as a West Ham fan. Try 43. NEG. I was crying all night. Such an amazing feeling. Who do you want to replace Rice? I think we need 2 players to replace Rice. I think we need. I think he's irreplaceable, but I think he is. I think I want 2. I want Milinkovic, Savic from Lazio for that personality, and I do want someone like JWP. I just think he's, and if it means you can get, Milinkovic, Savic, JWP, and then the person I really want is Kepelim Choram from Nice, but I think he'll go to Liverpool, a bigger club than us. Just got the kebab man in, nice to see. Should have lifted the cup. Where's everyone going for the parade? The statue, who are we going to the parade? I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because work is like ridiculous. I don't know why I did it on the day after. Give him, I know, because obviously, I think part of the reason is because bloody Fornals gets married, doesn't he, on Friday? So that's probably part of the reason to get it out of the way so he doesn't get divorced. But I know there's going to be a whole heap of pain. Just praying he goes to Bayern now. After Bayern's finish, how about trying Jared up front? But he does play up front, really. He's not really, sort of drifts down to the right wing, but cuts up. But that's what he does. And that's what he does, isn't he? As you said, he took off. He had Antonio there and he went through the middle and worked well. Don't be surprised if Real Madrid outbid the Gunners for Dex. Real Madrid is going to pay £100 million for Jude Bellingham. I don't think they're going to pay any more, mate. I'll be honest. Unfortunately, I'm in Ireland and minding next door's dog, so I'll be there. It doesn't matter, Cyril, because next year, the final is in Dublin for the Europa League. So there we go. Although I don't know it might be worth checking where's the Europa League conference final, just in case we don't qualify. Europa League conference final. Where's that? I think that's already been decided. That is going to be in Europa League conference final. Will be not announced just yet. Apparently, it's going to be announced in June. So there we go. Don't be surprised. Yeah, Site could have let us enjoy the win. And he was interviewed. He did an interview anyway. Can you shout? No, I'm not. You can go on Twitter and stuff. Oggy Finette, too old, mate. Too old. Again is my pick for captain. Actually, Tilo Kira. Tilo Kira has been in literally everything. Any of the videos he's involved in, I think is fantastic. And I didn't realise how integral he was to the team morale. Can't wait to see the team in Perth. Indeed, they'll be over there. Be great to see. Beer shop's going to be run dry today. Indeed, Champions of Europe. We know who we are. Indeed. I don't know. I imagine if they the club would, but I'm not too sure. The little twerp should have kept it shut. Maybe, yeah. I'm off to the Julian Dix book signing at 5 p.m. and then off to the Richie Parade. Best 24 hours in my life. Will it goals from free kicks? He would. I'm going to be parading down the streets. Of course you are, Wally, in Philadelphia. Of course you are, with your Hershey's chocolate bars. A lot of fans won't even be back. Indeed. I mean, I know Holly's still out there, and so it's a bit. I don't get the timing a little bit. You would give it maybe to the weekend, but to be honest, the players need a bit of rest as well. So yeah, Tyler Adams would be a good replacement. Tyler Adams good. Yeah, but I think you need at least one, if not two, to replace him. Feel quite numb. I'm still in shock. Parade should be the weekend. Bloody Pablo, indeed. They should do the parade after the away fans get back. The sport was amazing. Why not Sunday? Can't go tonight because of work. I think a lot of people are the same. I'll head off to the champion statue a couple of hours before. Emotional day, Russ. I felt the same as you last night. Conferences in Athens. Oh yeah, you're right. Totally right. Sorry, I'll probably be buying tickets for the final regardless. Yeah, I might book my hotel already. I think it's tonight because they will be at Pablo's wedding over the weekend. What's the theme of Moisey? He's staying extended, needs a rework. Well, I again, it's like two minds. I mean, and again, this things need to be sorted. We've been holding back all these decisions until today, really. And when Sully went, we haven't any bids, but we imagine they'll be coming in today. It's because we've said we're not going to entertain anything until after the Europa Conference League. That's been done now. Same with Moisey. If Moisey, if he's going to go, he needs to be gone because we need a new manager. We've got to find a new manager, interview them, appoint them. Then they have to start working their way through the squad, who they're going to get rid of, who they're going to bring in. Then they're going to have the decision about Declan Rice in terms of that's happening, how we allocate that. There's so much to do. And as people said, we're off to Australia in a month's time. Has anyone heard of Irish Tommy? No, but we'll probably try and get him on tomorrow. Again, will be a good captain, but with Chris resigning, he'll get the armband. Maybe. I saw Skamaka in some photos of his smiling vest. Yep, and everyone signing his shirt and stuff like that. We're in for dinner. No idea, mate. No idea. It's been streamed on West Ham website. There we go. Shout out to all the Spurs fans. We'll cover the parade, but probably not to the extent of like a West Ham feed. What do you think of the Fiorentina calling West Ham fans animals? That's the only thing. A few West Ham fans did let the side down. There was about a dozen or so of those plastic things. Someone threw a vape. It hit Borigani. That was not nice at all. And then it was down. They really did. But anyway, Skamaka was one of the first on the pitch to celebrate. He was from a team that didn't threaten to destroy. Indeed, crazy, isn't it? Liverpool to nothing winner. All the Spurs be hearing fuck all from all the humble pie they're eating. At least he got a medal. He played a part. Surely Moyes walks away as club manager. Personally, you're out on the top. And what do they say? You live, or what is it? You're they're long enough to be a hero, but don't live long enough to turn villain. And this year there was a turn. There was a turn. The fact is, people have short-term memories and they forget all that stuff. And he's won a trophy. I would say, right, that's me. I'm out on a high. But, go off to Celtic and have a great career at Celtic as well. The chance of winning some stuff there. So that's what I think would happen, but we don't know. Suchek as captain, he's for the Czech team. Yeah, but I just don't think. Yeah, but then again, it depends about what happens with a new manager, or maybe you go and buy someone in like. It's like a JWP, like a Milenkovic-Savic. I mean, he's captain for Lazio, and he's literally heart on his sleeve. I think he would be brilliant for us. He would be an absolute nut, like a proper old school nutter. And I just think he's a really good player. But Chancellor will go someone else. Whatever the club do regarding Moyes Rice, it needs to be done quick. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Happy Amaret. That's what I'm saying. Skamaka needs to start the season from pre-season and show us what he's got. I agree. The cup tossing was not good. Cup tossing. Moyes has to stay. He's won his first trophy in 25 years. They have to ride the wave. We finally found a manager that's won a trophy. We're going to bid him. It's the West Ham way, though, Adam, innit? Feels really rushed into the open top. It is. I mean, you saw we had the things already, didn't we? We had the pictures were leaked of the bus already done because they had to get it out of the way quickly. The fans, and also don't forget, Will. I know you had the parade, but first game back of the season, if it's a Betway Cup or something, or even the first Premier League game of the season, well, the trophy will be paraded around, no doubt. I'm not going to rib any Spurs fans. They know nothing. Yeah, exactly. Don't those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It bites us on the arse. It will bite us on the arse. Moyes winning that trophy for us last night is a sliding door moment. The same factor for Fergie at Man United winning the FA. Who knows? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Moyes leaves and goes to Celtic and takes Antonio with him. Liverpool win the empty cup. Rice replacement. I would try and get Caballos on a free. Went on loan. Yeah, he's very good there. He's very good there. Antonio's going, no, Esquek has proved nothing to me, so I don't think we should rely on him. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Antonio. Obviously, we were led to, the information we've been given is he was out. The podcast that was going to be done after the Europa League Conference League final, and probably when he's gone, and he's had a massive fine, and I can see there's been a lot of angst towards him internally within the squad. And a lot of angst from the board as well, because they spent a shitload of money with Algarve, and then he does that. So anyway, woke up this morning, had to check I wasn't dreaming. I know it's weird, isn't it? I'm in that haze. It's just a very strange feeling. And I didn't even think about when I came to work, went online. I had like a West Ham shirt on, and everyone's like clapping, and it's like, I'm getting the most random. I don't know about you, but I'm getting random texts and messages from people I haven't seen for 3 or 4, 5, 10 years. But they know, obviously, they know me, they know West Ham, and they know me and West Ham. And so they like congratulating me. As I said, got a random text from Pete Butler this morning. And I love Pete Butler and like Sebastian Schemmel. And, it's just weird, very weird. Very weird. And obviously, we put up that clip of me absolutely bawling my eyes out. And you get like Machiavelli saying, "Oh, enjoy it, Russ." And weird. If we lose Rice Skamaka, that's big shoes to fill. Maybe not Lanzini. Sorry, I'll be right. Who had the better season, us or Arsenal? Well, I don't know. Us, we won something, and that's what, and that's. And I remember, I think it was the Moose said something on Talk Sport a month ago. So I'd happily, if we won the Europa Conference League, I'd happily see West Ham be relegated. And people were like, really? But what is the point of football? What is the point of sport? It's to win something. It's not to be 17th or 16th and be happy with staying up in the Premier League. Arsenal, yes, they're in the Champions League, but in their trophy cabinet this year, there's nothing. There's nothing. And so to win something, that's the point of football. And I think Jerry Cole said it. He said this competition is set up for the likes of Fiorentina's and West Ham, who are just on that cusp, maybe not pushing into that regular top 6 position, but chance to win something. Particularly in the Premier League, in the UK game, so the British English football pyramid, there's not many opportunities to win stuff. Premier League is way beyond us, bar a Leicester City type fluke, which is once in a generation. Carabao Cup, possibly. FA Cup, depends about who's going for Europe. So to win something is amazing. It's amazing. Who's lying? Deck or Sully says he wants to leave and says it's not up to him. Well, it's not up to. I think neither are lying. I think neither are lying. Deck says Dex wants to leave. In terms of wants to leave, he's had a gentleman's agreement with the club, saying if a bid comes in for him, we have to accept. It's up to him if he wants to go. Really, as part of the job is accepting the money, accepting the offer, and the other one is actually agreeing to go to the club. And Dex is not up to him. The last word is up to him, but it's whether Arsenal or Man United or Bayern Munich or Newcastle or Man City want to give 100 million quid. It's up to them, really, isn't it? It's a shame the cup tossing. But remember, they attacked their fans. They certainly did. One thing is the way our ex-players who played besides us lose their passion, never lose. Yeah, totally right, Scott. And we put up loads of ex-player stuff from like random, like Robbie Slater and people like that, and they love it. They love it. could rop up with his bum chum. He could indeed. I was really happy. Turn on the media. It's Rice leaving. Can't we have our moment? We are champions. This is a new West Ham way. I had a feeling. I woke up, checked my social to make sure it was not a dream. I'd rather win something than come second. To win trophies, 100% agree. I got messages from Millwall fans, I know, none from Spurs. We had the best season ever. Who remembers being second in the league? No, exactly. Well, Charles, don't forget the boys of 86. The boys of 86 finishing third in the league. We celebrated that because we've had nothing to celebrate since then. Nice to see Ginger Pele. It was some ex-players in there as well. Marlon on the pitch randomly. Only 3 teams won a club. Spurs and good is nothing. They gutted. It's not up to Deck because he's technically 2 years left. Deck has not put in a transfer request, but if an offer comes in that matches our valuation, then we'll consider it. Exactly. Still think he's scummy. I'm not saying about not taking it too easy this summer. Who are we going to sign up front? We don't really need left back so bad now. He's a good player. He's a good player, but I think you still need left back. And don't forget we've got the likes of Ollie Scars coming through. So we want to give them. Even our 18s won the FA Cup, some more successful than Arsenal. Yep, obviously beating them in their own gaff. We take Vardy for 10 million. No, far too old, in my opinion. Right, peeps, I'm gonna shoot in a minute. What I'm gonna do is let's play friend of the channel, Chris Ross. You know him, the poet. The East End poet. He did a lovely little piece today, and he sent it to me on a WhatsApp. So I thought I'd play it.
Morning all. Oh yeah, a little throaty this morning. Got a touch overexcited last night, as I'm sure you can imagine. We only went and done it. I mean, here we go. This is called We Only Won the Cup. Goes like this. I don't know what to say today. We only won the cup. There it was, just sitting there, and Declan picked it up. 2-1 to the company, boys. They didn't see that coming. The boys in the white and orange shirts went out and just kept on running. Antonio ran himself ragged, and football at last did come home. We showed them that West Ham are massive, over land or sea or foam. We made it all the way to the final without ever losing a game. And last night in Prague, when the questions were asked, we gave them some more of the same. Well, it's fair to say that we weren't at our best. We did well enough on the night. And a word for the boss while we're at it. You'd have to say he got it right. Now, Declan is now a club legend, whatever he does after this. And Bowen will go down in our history. So will his wife and his kids. So, boys, bring that cup home to Stratford. There's a welcome there waiting for you. You did us all proud, and we'll shout it out loud, and we'll paint the town claret and blue. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. Come on, you Irons!
Fucking love Chris. It's brilliant. He captured it. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Love him. And I was going to check out Canning Townland also all night doing his acrylic print. He's done one of Deck kissing the thing. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Top boy Chris. You can check him out on Twitter. The East End Poet on Twitter. He's absolutely brilliant. Every day I watch one of him, and we always bump into each other at Lakeside. That's his favourite haunt. Loves the Wagamama's and loves the TGI Fridays, as old Chris. So that's where you find him. Right, so we're going to shoot. As I said, if you're going to the parade, good luck. Anton will be there. You'll be able to spot him because he's massive. I think Freddie will be there as well, so he'll be on his shoulders. He sent me, I think, about 12 o'clock last night. They'd obviously bought the tickets to get down to London Euston this morning, so fair play. And also, we'll bring loads of stuff coming up. Tomorrow we'll try and do another lunchtime live tomorrow. Sure there'll be plenty to talk about. And I'm sure Irish Tommy will want to do something in the evening. We'll also do tomorrow our membership draw for June, which is a signed shirt. So it's a signed shirt from the Europa Conference League winners Wow. So you want to get involved in that, make sure you are a subscriber. Make sure you remember, rather, hit the join button down there. You get automatically entered into that. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be on tomorrow. And we will probably, and keep an eye, because we've got another, and we'll do another giveaway for our non-members, maybe. Or maybe we'll do 2 for members. I haven't decided yet. I've got a couple of bits, but a signed West Ham shirt from the current squad, and we'll have a I'll talk to Anton. I've got plenty of bits. We'll start getting some stuff out. And that's it, my friends. So take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, stay friendly, and stay in this blur that we have at the moment. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I love it. And to finish, I'll do the little video montage that I did at the beginning because it's a nice way to finish off the show. Bye-bye.